All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Power of Cellular Nutrition. I'm going to be your host tonight, and I will be speaking alongside of Gracie Bishara. Super excited to be here to share the principles of true health to help you empower your gut, thyroid, immune system, and energy levels. My name is Nadine. I'm a health coach, a personal trainer, and a weight management specialist.
Yes, thank you guys so much for joining us today. I'm super excited to have Nadine. So thanks for coming on here and speaking to all of us and spreading a ton of knowledge. I'm so excited.
Awesome. Thanks for having me. I'm so happy to be here. All right. So the purpose of this presentation, before I introduce myself and share my story a little more, I just want to share what you guys can expect from attending this tonight, or maybe if you're watching the recording, that's awesome too. Let us know in the comments, #replay, and let us know what your favorite thing that you learned tonight was. So our intention this evening is to really empower you with the right tools and knowledge and health strategies to help you empower your health on a foundational level, to help you learn the core principles that really support true health, to help you support your gut health, thyroid, energy levels, and so much more, and to avoid all of the hype that can tend to come with this industry. We want you guys to get real results here. So I'm super excited to be here. I'll just quickly introduce myself and my story. So like I said, I'm a personal trainer. I'm a weight management specialist. I'm an entrepreneur. My passion is helping other people reach their potential through optimal health and entrepreneurship. I also used to really struggle with a lot of health issues. I had very bad eczema, allergies, acne, and it all really stemmed from my gut. So as I started learning how to heal my gut and just feel better, I became super passionate about sharing that with other people because it just completely changed my life. I remember at one point my whole face was just broken out in hives and a rash and eczema and acne, and I just really felt like so many lows. And I'm just so grateful that I have been able to be on this journey, because now out on the other side I feel so much healthier, so much happier. I'm not bloated. I know exactly how to eat to fuel my body, and I know how to live a lifestyle that works for me and my health. And that's why I'm here today to share this with you. I know Gracie has a really awesome story to share too.
Yeah, awesome. So this is just a huge passion of mine, is just to help people through this, because I've gone through so much myself. And finally this year I found healing in everything. And I struggle with, celiac disease. I also have Hashimoto's. I just found out this last year. And so fatigue, gut health, constantly bloating, not being able to go to the bathroom has been such a severe problem for me, and has caused a lot of anxiety and issues, mentally, physically. And so that's why I just want to help others share all of the information that I found out through going through, different specialists, going through specifically my dad. So my dad, kind of a unique story is I'm a very big mirror image of him. And so whatever health issues he has, I have them. I got them a lot from him. So, I have to be gluten-free. And back in 1991, he found that we looked over some of his blood work, and it turns out he was allergic to gluten. And so fast forward to now, he's on a liver transplant list, and, basically terminal unless he gets that liver. And so there's some things that I've learned along the way that could have prevented him from getting to this point. And it's such a soft spot in my heart because it's my dad. And so to see him struggle that he could have prevented is just such a huge thing that I want to prevent from you guys having. And so that's why we wanted to really dive deep into thyroid, liver, and thank you for the prayers, and the gut health, because it all relates to one. And, I've seen from myself and from my dad, doctors, and I'm sure you've gone through this, doctors telling you, oh, your levels are in range. You're fine. Let's just wait it out. Oh, they're in range. Let's just wait it out. And it's like, why are we waiting it out, feeling fatigued, not getting any answers until it's too far gone? And now you're at a point where it's really hard to turn back. So to prevent that. We want to make sure that we're using this supplements is a huge part of my coaching program, because that is what really heals you and what prevents you from getting, too inflamed. And so really get you guys out of that rut and into healing and feeling better. So I'm excited to share this with you guys. I also have done bodybuilding. I'm a pro bodybuilder, so the nutrition part of it is definitely huge for me too. But right now we're focusing on the micronutrients, which is very, very important.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. It's so true. Like, why wait? Why wait and put your health on the back burner? Like, what are you waiting for, right? It's crazy. And that's what we're going to share tonight. But before we dive into all of the juicy information and all of the tips and the strategies, I want to know who can relate to this? Feeling bloated after eating anything, feeling fatigued, even if you slept 8 hours, just feeling fatigued, or maybe not being able to get deep sleep. And, the craving roller coaster. I know chocolate is something that a lot of people tend to crave whenever their body can be out of balance and it's just lacking certain things. And it's so, so common too. Like, I know tons of people that are always saying, I'm just bloated, I'm tired, I don't have energy to put into feeling healthier because I'm so tired. And that's not okay either, right? It's really such a shame, and that's part of the reason we're here tonight, to help you guys with these issues that are so, so common and honestly super avoidable. All right, so let me just switch slides here. Okay, so in order to really understand how to support our body with these types of issues, with these hormonal imbalances, gut issues, fatigue, we need to look at where the root is. And when you think of the body on a very foundational level, it is made out of cells. And our cells have the ability to be stressed out. I know that mental health is a big issue, and a lot of people are stressed out mentally and emotionally, but did you know our cells can be stressed out? And in order for you to visualize the impacts of this stress and how it affects our body, think of avocado or guacamole. And also let me know in the comments if you love guacamole, because I'm a big fan.
I do.
I love it. But before we get too sidetracked with like taco recipes here, think about guacamole and how fast it can turn brown, right? It turns brown almost instantly unless you eat it all. And that same thing happens to our cells when it's exposed to free radicals and it turns brown. So think about that. And then also understand this. If you add lemon juice to the guacamole, it preserves it for longer and it keeps it fresher longer. And that same thing happens inside of your body as well when it's healthy, with antioxidants from food and antioxidants that our body produces. And the problem is that a lot of people are way too stressed out. There's way too much oxidative damage happening because of our environment, our food choices, and there's not enough antioxidant power happening. So as a result, a lot of us are living in inflammation. And that's where, these issues can come into play and really impact our health in that way. So in order to understand, how to avoid this big problem that basically everybody is facing in our society today, Gracie said that if you just leave inflammation in your body too long or oxidation in your body too long, it just turns into inflammation, which turns into symptoms. So in the beginning, you might not feel it, but over time, you're going to feel it. It's one of those things, right? So the top 4 sources of stress and oxidation would be mental and emotional. Take care of your mental health. It's very important. And your cells in your body can feel that frequency, right? Which causes more stress on a cellular level. Metabolism. If you work out a lot, that causes a lot more free radicals from our environment as well, which is something that we can't control as much, from the ozone, pollutants, cigarette smoke, water. I don't know if there's anything else you want to add here, Gracie, for oxidation. I know you're super knowledgeable.
Yeah, no, you're hitting all of them. You're definitely.
Yeah, it's huge, right? Like such a big problem that I wish we were taught in school. Like, how does the body break down oxidation?
I like that. Yeah, I like that you mentioned about over doing it on your workouts too, because a lot of trainers don't understand, especially specifically people with autoimmune or in an inflammation period. You know, getting active is really important, but having that balance of not too active.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Having that self-care balance and recovery and rest.
Mhm.
Totally. And then we have diet as well. So poor quality food choices. This is probably one of the bigger issues. A lot of people either don't know how to eat or they're too stressed for time. They don't have enough resources to do the proper meal prep, or they just don't really know. They don't know any different. And for that reason, the majority of our food choices are not the best. They tend to be higher glycemic, which we will show you the effects of in a few slides here. And processed foods, as well as alcohol consumption. A little bit is okay, but I'm noticing that alcohol sales are going up dramatically. I don't know if you guys are experiencing that in the US as well, but we're just opening liquor stores on liquor stores on liquor stores right now. And we need to be empowering ourselves, not breaking them down, right? And then
Mhm.
there's also a lack of essential micronutrients. So that's a big issue as well, because that is essentially what is going to fuel your cells on a foundational level. And we're going to share a lot more about that on the next few slides. So let's talk about processed sugar. I know sugar can be a topic that can be confusing. Some people think all of it is bad. I know I went through a period of my life where I thought even fruit sugar was bad. I thought all carbs were bad. I was telling Gracie the other day that I was borderline crazy. I went
She's
a whole
nuts.
year. Oh, yeah, I was crazy. Don't do what I did, guys. Learn from me. So, not all sugar is bad. The issue comes from processed sugar that spikes our blood sugar. It spikes our insulin. It creates crazy hormonal imbalances, and it causes cravings, energy crashes, all sorts of gut issues. It feeds the bad bacteria in your gut like candida, and that is where the issue comes from with sugar, the processed kind, not the kind that comes with fiber and micronutrients, which would be with fruits and vegetables. So let's look at the glycemic index. When you have a diet that is relatively higher in high glycemic foods like bagels, muffins, potatoes, carbs, sweets, things like that, it essentially spikes your blood sugar. And at that moment, your body releases insulin, which is the fat storage hormone. Your energy spikes, you're storing fat, your energy drops like a roller coaster, and then you get super hungry and you have a craving, and then you eat more than you actually should. So as a result, you're going to eat more, eat too many calories, you're going to eat more sugar, and you're going to feel low energy most of the time. And it's not something that you can't break, but you have to know. You have to know what to put in your body. So,
Right. And
yeah,
can I just jump in? And I would say
absolutely.
using the high glycemic at the appropriate time frames. So, you know, right before your workout or right after your workout, it fuels you for that energy versus just fueling your fat. So,
Yeah.
balance of high and low, but mostly focusing on the low glycemic and then getting those extra carbs and that and all of that into your diet right before and after.
Yes, that's a good point too. I love that. So looking at the low glycemic chart, this would be whenever you're eating foods that are considered low glycemic, and that can be a full meal. So what that would look like would be protein, carbs, fats, and fiber and micronutrients. And when you eat this way for the majority of the time, your body is going to release energy slowly. You'll feel fuller longer, so you're going to eat less. Your gut will be way happier. Your energy is going to be like this and not like this. And you're going to get off of the craving roller coaster as well, which is, a huge game changer, especially if you're trying to make changes in your health. It's very hard to want to eat healthy foods if your blood sugar is all over the place. It's like you're fighting an uphill battle if you're not addressing insulin resistance and the glycemic index. Oops. So let's now look at inflammation. Inflammation can be a huge buzzword. It's a pretty interesting topic, actually. And we mentioned oxidation. So whenever your body has too much oxidation happening, it's inflamed. And a lot of the times your body can recover from that. It can go back to its normal state. It can go back to the homeostasis. But a lot of the times whenever your body stays inflamed, because you're still stressed out, you're not addressing the oxidation, you're not doing the self-care, doing all of the things, the inflammation doesn't go down, and then it turns into chronic inflammation. And this is where Gracie's specialty is, because she really specializes in helping people with celiac, which is a chronic inflammation issue. And whenever you can address the prevention of the celiac and also address, what to do when you're at that point, you're going to really set yourself up for success. So let's have a look at chronic inflammation and its effects on the body. And this is kind of where I get really passionate, because of one of the reasons that I'm in the health and wellness industry and helping people change their lives through health and wellness and nutrition is because I watched actually pretty much all of my grandparents die from what is that word? Early death, basically, is what I'm trying to say, and degenerative disease. And I know I'm not the only one. And this is a huge chronic inflammation issue. There's a huge lifestyle issue here. So I'm very passionate about teaching about lifestyle and how to avoid this. But if you're not being preventative and if you're not taking the steps, chronic inflammation can really add up. It can cause thyroid issues, bloating, digestive issues, fogginess, tiredness, sweats, loss of muscle tone, compromised digestive system, weight gain, accelerated aging, joint pain, and loss of mobility. And, this is kind of even just scratching the surface. There's a lot more that it can lead to. We can't really make that many health claims on this call, but if you guys knew what I knew about inflammation, you would take this a lot more seriously. And if this is a new topic to you tonight, that is fantastic. And you are on an amazing path in your life for discovering this information right now. So now let's look at nutrition and what the average person is getting in their diet on a daily basis. Because we mentioned that oxidation is a problem. We also mentioned that nutrition and antioxidants are really important for supporting your body on a cellular level. Typically, we would get this stuff from food, but our food has changed so much. It's changed because of the agriculture, the processing, mass production. It's changed everything. So are we getting all of the nutrition that we need on a daily basis? This chart would argue that we're not, right? Even if you're eating a lot of fruits and vegetables every single day, which most people don't, you're still not getting the optimal amounts. And, riboflavin in a banana is basically non-existent. Iron is 55% gone from apples, which is pretty crazy, right? Because we're supposed to be getting this from our food. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't eat fruits and vegetables, but what do we do? How do we optimize our nutrition? So now I think the important question to ask is, are supplements a solution, right? And also understanding that not all supplements are created equally. They're not a replacement for a healthy diet, but they really do help with creating that optimal level of health, of nutrition, of immunity empowerment, of actually empowering ourselves and not just needing the RDA, the baseline that will prevent illness, but reaching optimal levels that allow us to thrive and not just survive. But before we dive more into like what kind of supplements you should take, I think one thing that you need to understand, and if there's anything you take away from this tonight, is that not all supplements are created equally. And I used to be the girl that would go into whatever drugstore or health food store and just get whatever was on sale or recommended to me. But when I learned about the standards in the industry, I changed that completely. I emptied my cupboards and I made conscious decisions based on the quality of the product I was putting in my body versus, marketing and hype. So this is just showing you the power of like what choosing a quality product can do for you. So this is a test that I did on a few different multivitamins, and it's really interesting. So if you put a multivitamin in water with an apple for 5 days, I did this in 3.5 days. This spoke enough to me, so I decided to document it at this time. But essentially, it's going to have antioxidants in it, or it should at least, and they should protect the apple from browning. Remember, we talked about the avocado. And what happens then is that it would protect the apple from browning if the antioxidants actually worked. So this one at the top here, I went into a health food store, a GNC actually, and I said, I'm an athlete. I work out very hard. I need a really good nutritional support multivitamin product. And this is what they gave me. It wasn't cheap. It was like 70 Canadian dollars, and it didn't even dissolve in the water. It didn't break down. It didn't absorb. And after 3 days, it left the apple black. Can you imagine that? Isn't that wild?
That's crazy.
I know. And then this is another common one that I see a lot of people take. I don't want to name any names, but if you ask me about your supplements, I can tell you because I've done a lot of research. And this is the one that I take now. You can see that it saved the apple. It made it actually looks very vibrant after 3.5 days in the water with the antioxidant product. So not all supplements are created equal at all. And now I'm curious, if you guys want to participate in this, that is amazing. If not, no big deal, but I do have this guide handy. And if you want to let me know what supplements you're taking, I can actually look them up for you real time right now. Or you can send Gracie a message after and ask her privately and personally, and she can get that information to you as well. This is a third-party guide. It's non-biased. They compared over 1,600 products in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Oh, I'm just going to check the comments. All right, we're good. Okay, cool. And this is also just a quick breakdown of a few of the products. There's 1,600 in there. So if yours isn't listed here, we can get that information to you. It's non-biased. This guy is a biochemist. He tests based on potency, purity, bioavailability, and just like the ability for the supplement to work, basically. And he says that anything under 3 stars isn't even worth taking. So that spoke volumes to me. So let me see. Kiki takes Jameson. And I'm happy you asked me that because that was this one. This I show you. This one was Jameson.
Wow.
I know. And I think in the guide it rates a 0.5 star. I'm going to check. I have it right here. So
We also have another one called Centrum.
Oh, Centrum, Amy. Let's see. Jameson. Oh, 1 star for Jameson.
Wow.
Right? And that's crazy. It's one of the top sellers. Centrum is 1 star to 1/2 star, depending on which one. That's pretty wild.
You got a little bit better.
I know, right? Isn't it crazy? Because it's all hype and marketing, right? The industry standards are very low and the profit margin is very high. So literally anybody can create a supplement and market it because it's not closely regulated. So they can say whatever they want and they're probably not going to get audited. And if they do, it's only a food grade product. So the fines are like pennies. So they don't care.
Yeah, even my gastroenterologist said don't get any of those probiotics that are just on the store lines because they won't even make it to your gut. So yeah. She said they're absolutely trashed. Yeah.
There's no science, there's no research. And that's why I'm so passionate about these 3 questions and empowering people with this because, you know, it's so sad to see that the industry is a $1 trillion industry and most of that money is just going into big business that are pushing out these not even good products. Like, what is that? It needs to change. And
absolutely,
that's why we do what we do. So top 3 questions to ask, or the most important questions to ask, and the questions that nobody really asks when they're choosing a supplement. A lot of people ask, well, what are the ingredients? Well, how much vitamin C is in there? Or what are the amounts? What are the benefits? But those things don't matter unless these 3 things have a checkbox beside them. So write these down, guys. First one, who is the founder? The founder should be a scientist. Typically, what you'll find is that most companies are founded by business people, a group of investors, or somebody that's just really interested in money, like a marketing professional, right? And there's nothing wrong with business and earning what you're worth, but it has to have integrity behind it, right? So when I'm looking for a supplement company, I look for somebody that is a professional, that knows what they're doing, that has a knowledge, passion, and an expertise, because the product is a product of the producer. All right, number 2, what kind of facility are they manufactured in? Typically, what you're going to find in the supplement industry is that most supplements are outsourced, meaning that facility doesn't even have control over the quality control of the product. They don't have control over anything. They're just basically outsourcing it and getting a label on it, and then they're in charge of pushing it out to the public. And what you really want is a company that manufactures their products in-house, that has a group of scientists, that has a research and development budget. And on top of that is what kind of standards do they follow in their manufacturing? So there's 2 different types. And in 1993, I want to say, Congress actually passed a bill stating that supplements are food grade products now. So they no longer have to adhere to pharmaceutical grade standards. And that happened way back then, 28 years ago almost. But actually, it was 28 years ago. So thinking about that now, supplements are made to the same quality as things like boxed cookies, basically any food, right? And that doesn't have to be accurate cookies. Nobody cares. One cookie could have 10 grams of sugar, one could have 5. The only person that's going to care about that is a fitness competitor that's about to hop on a stage. Anybody else doesn't really matter, right? Sorry, I'm just gonna. Somebody's having a party over there. All right. So the main thing here, you guys, is to choose a company that follows pharmaceutical grade standards, because they're going to have 100% accuracy. With food grade products, they can only guarantee 20% accuracy, which means that all of the ingredients you're looking at on the label, it's a maybe. They're not even 100% in there. So it doesn't even matter to look at a label if it's a food grade product, because it's not going to be accurate. So choose a company that is pharmaceutical grade. And this is why we chose the product partner company that we did, because it's founded by a scientist. He's a globally recognized microbiologist with a double PhD in microbiology and immunology. He actually used to have a lab called Gull back in the 70s, where they were responsible for creating healthy cells in a petri dish so they could test them against viruses to create patents for different diagnostic test kits. And that was his job, to keep cells healthy in a petri dish. That was his main thing. And his parents both passed away early on. I think his dad passed away when he was 17. And when that all happened, and then his mom passed away as well, he wanted to be on the preventative side rather than the diagnostic side. So taking everything he knew about creating healthy cells and realizing that a lot of the products available to us, actually all of the products available to us, wouldn't even come close to giving the cells in his petri dish optimal nutrition, let alone the human body. That's whenever he created USANA Health Sciences. Back in 1993, we've been open for 28 years, haven't had a single recall in the entire time, manufactured in a pharmaceutical grade facility with scientists on staff, investing $10 million a year in research and development. And also, we have big scientists working there, making sure that everything is going as it should. So it's not, they're not outsourcing, they're really putting their energy there. They're making sure everything's created with integrity. And before a product even leaves the facility, it undergoes 600 tests. So you know that everything from this company is going to be really beneficial for you. And it's not hype at all. Think about it. Many of you probably haven't even heard this company. That is how not hype it is, right? There's a lot of hype in the supplement industry, and USANA doesn't go for that. And lastly, they follow pharmaceutical standards to ensure everything that is on the label is in the bottle, which is just going above and beyond. And this is just a timeline. I think one thing to take away on this, actually two, is the fact that we have a medical facility in Baja California. It is an incredible place. You need to look it up. It's called Sonavive. They have all sorts of different practitioners, medical practitioners, functional medicine practitioners, nutritionists, therapists. Basically, people go there when they are ill or they want to retreat. And it's an amazing place to go. You can't even bring your phone. I know, right? They also actually, Dr. Wentz won an Albert Einstein Award back in 2007 for his outstanding achievements in the life sciences. And that's just going to show like the kind of person he is. That's not just anybody that can get that kind of that kind of award and that kind of achievement. He's accomplished things. He has a great set of core values, and that is why I trust USANA because of this man. And also doctor approved for those of you who feel like you want to run this by your doctor before, taking the products. Just know that they are one of the only nutritional products that are doctor approved, and they're in the physician's desk reference and the CPS. So that is just, you can feel safe and happy knowing that. All right, so now who wants to learn about products? This is what really excites me. I absolutely love USANA products. I've been taking them for 3 years and I feel healthier every single day. My cells just get like so excited every time it's time to take my vitamins. It sounds cheesy, but it's true.
Yeah.
So the first product that USANA came out with is actually the Cell Essentials. This is the first product that Dr. Wentz wanted to bring to the market. And the reason being is because we're just not getting enough micronutrients from food. And in order to get everything that you would need to get optimally in a day, you'd have to actually eat more than 22,000 calories and spend more than $33 a day to get the same amount of nutrition in this product. And this product, I think, is under $2 a day. So that is just a lot of value. Your cells are going to be so happy. And it's really laying a good foundation to reduce that inflammation, to protect your cells, to feel energized, and to be preventative. And alongside of that, so once you get your foundation down, it's kind of like building a house. You have to have the foundation or else it's just not going to last. So choose a good foundational product. That would be either the Cell Essentials or the Health Pack if you're somebody that loves convenience. It has vitamins, minerals, antioxidants. It's got pterostilbene, quercetin, a lot of other cool ones that, I couldn't pronounce for a very long time. And also magnesium, calcium in there too. I know that Gracie's going to share more about why she loves these products in a few slides and how all of the benefits for your hormones and your gut health. I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of how everything works. So you choose your foundational product, then move on to the optimizers because we're all unique. We all have different goals and different needs and different environments. So that's where USANA knows that everybody is unique and it's personalized. So there's cardiovascular products. There's nervous system products, so things that support your brain and your eyes. There's cellular products to support your body on a cellular level, like fish oil, vitamin D, things that we actually need. Endocrine for your hormones, for menopause, for sleeping. Skeletal for your bones and your joints and your muscles. Digestive for your digestive system. And oh my goodness, when I was healing my gut and going through the candida whole phase of my life, these products were my best friends. And we can't wait to tell you more about them in our Balance for Your Belly pack. And then there's the prenatals and children products. So you don't have to give your children Flintstone vitamins anymore. USANIMals to the rescue, basically the same price, but they're way up here when it comes to quality. And then an omega-3 for children as well. That tastes amazing. All right, so stress relief. This one wasn't on there, and we want to mention this because it's a new product and it's also going to help reduce oxidation in the body. It's going to help your body process stress, emotional stress even better. It's going to help you calm down and unwind. It's got a really awesome blend of herbs, saffron, that helps to maintain a healthy hormonal balance, lemon balm. It's also really known for its calming properties. And then ashwagandha, which is one of my favorite herbs, and it's known to be, right? Can you share more about ashwagandha, Gracie?
Yes. So I was kind of going to talk about it in the thyroid slide, but ashwagandha is it's the body's defense against disease, actually, and it improves the cell immunity. So it does that by leveling up your blood levels of TSH, T3, T4. So anyone that's suffering with really fatigue, high cortisol levels, they're stressed out, inflamed, they have maybe hypothyroidism. This is great for leveling out your hormones and giving you, waking up with more energy. So it's kind of funny because when I went to the naturopath, you know, she put me on a whole supplement line, right? And that was really how I healed it. And that's why I went with Usana, because, you know, it was really the same quality and for the price that you get off of the shelf. And so I loved that. And also when you have to keep going to the naturopath to keep getting, you know, their stuff. And when I looked at the same thing, it was just a no-brainer. And so I've been able to have a lot of companies approach me because of my following on social media and asking me to rep this and rep that. And I just told them no, because I just wanted something that aligned with something I would take, that's gluten-free, that has just, you know, the science behind it. And especially because I wanted it to mirror exactly what my doctors would tell me to do. So yeah, ashwagandha is awesome. Need to look it up if you want to do your own research on certain, and I'm going to talk about certain stuff that's in the vitamins that really made me trigger why I wanted these certain products and why they're really good specifically for liver, thyroid, gut health, and stuff like that.
Amazing. I can't wait. Yes, like USANA quality. This is why we attract, you know, doctors, naturopaths, functional medicine doctors, because they realize that, you know, there's a lot of products that are similar in price, but no one can compete with quality. It's just next level. All right, so we're now looking at different protocols that Gracie put together to support, you know, common issues with digestive systems, celiac, hormones, thyroid. So I'd love for Gracie to share more about this. This is the Balance for Your Belly Pack.
Yeah, so we're going to start with the Biomega, which is your omega-3s. That's really important for your bacteria in your gut. And it's shown to produce anti-inflammatory chemicals called short chain fatty acids. And so these are just really vital for your gut health. It's also really vital for your thyroid. So all of these products, you're going to realize, all encompass supporting really generally the same, you know, main organs, which all connect together, which is your liver, your thyroid, and your gut. You know, your bloating makes you fatigued and makes you feel, makes your hormones levels off because you're not secreting estrogen out of that. So, you know, it all plays a role, and you have to support the entire body as a whole. So your omega-3s, those are really amazing support. And then of course the probiotics. Everyone knows probiotics are really important because we have to develop that good bacteria. And specifically, if you have a lot of bad bacteria in your gut, we need to be killing that off and supporting that by the good bacteria in there, by the probiotics. And then also it has a digestive enzyme in there. We all know, you know, we need extra digestion because we're all having problems with it. And then what I like specifically on this Balance Your Belly, so it has also the Hepasil, which Hepasil supports your liver function. So if you guys don't know, liver function, your liver creates bile. That bile gets to, you know, your waist, and so it produces that fat and so that it softens, you know, your waist, and so you can easily go to the bathroom. And so if you're not going to the bathroom, your waist, I'll call it, poop, whatever, is hard. It's darker. It doesn't have a lot of that bile in it because your liver isn't functioning and it's working way too hard and it's not delivering that. So when we're supporting the liver, that's really important. And now also it contains olive extract. Olive extract is amazing for killing bacteria, bad bacteria in your intestines. It's also really great for like killing candida, fungi. And so you're not only killing the bad bacteria with this HEPA and supporting your liver, but then you're balancing it out with some probiotics and growing your good bacteria at the same time. And that's why you get the effects you get. Okay, you can go and do this research yourself on olive leaf extract. It also is great for antivirals. It's amazing stuff. So then the stress relief we kind of talked about, that's the ashwagandha that really helps improve your TSH, T3, T4, especially in people with thyroid issues and, problems with, feeling major fatigued. And then your core minerals. Oh my gosh. So I love core minerals so much because it contains selenium. Okay, selenium, it helps prevent, first of all, a lot of things. Thyroid disease, it helps prevent liver and support your liver as well. And then it's also paired up with zinc, which is really beneficial for anti-inflammatory, bringing down your iron storage levels. So when you get inflamed, your iron levels go up because it's a protective mechanism. And I'm sure you guys listened to that video with the naturopath, Dr. Erin Ellis, talk about that. And so zinc with selenium is it's just phenomenal. So all of these paired up really support your overall health.
Love that. Yeah, this protocol is just next level for people who are struggling with digestive issues, bloating, low energy, anything digestive related. This is the one for you, especially with the enzymes. It's going to help your body absorb so much more from the food that you eat.
Yeah, so I kind of talked about this. I put the Power Up Bundle, which is the four main ingredients to really get your energy levels up. So it'll still support your gut and your liver function as well. Maybe just not as much because it doesn't have the probiotics in it. It contains, the antioxidants that you need. It's just, yeah, I kind of talked a little bit about all of the different things it has in it. But do your research on selenium and zinc and all of the core minerals that core minerals has in it. It's phenomenal stuff that it'll really support your overall health.
Mm-hmm. I also really love that there's coenzyme Q10 in this one because I find this is just a really underrated product and it causes a huge effect. Like if you struggle with energy, you need to try this one because it's just going to help your body produce so much more energy on a cellular level. Coenzyme Q10 is amazing. When I started taking it, I was like, oh, I like, what did I change? I was like beaming with energy. And I realized that was the one thing in my routine that changed. And I did a little bit more research and it was actually fueling my cells. And if you paid attention in your science class in high school, you know that your mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. And that's what coenzyme Q10 does. It fuels your mitochondria. So I love that this is in here. It's amazing for hormones and energy. Definitely something that you want to add in your regimen 100%.
It's definitely a part of my protocol for healing.
I love that. So important.
All right. So we're super excited that you guys joined, and I hope this was really beneficial for you. And so I'm offering to you guys, if you guys want to start, this is where my coaching program really is the powerhouse, is in whenever I have people start, I really recommend a whole line of supplements that are going to support them individually, because each person is just a little bit different. And so I individualize that as well with my meal plans, as well with, the one-on-one coaching and the workouts and everything. So I'm offering a 2-week macro-based meal plan. All right. And then if you start this purchase, and that really is the beginning of healing, give it 2 weeks. Get it on a meal plan, and really you'll see a huge difference in the way you feel, your bloating, just having more energy, not feeling so depressed. I mean, you'll really see a difference, I feel, fairly quickly. So yeah, if you guys want a free gift, we're offering this until Friday. So
amazing. What an awesome program, and just so amazing just to get like on track to a good lifestyle routine, knowing what kind of foods to eat, putting the right supplements in your body, and just getting on the right path. What an awesome offer. And on top of that, if you have watched this and you're like, this sounds amazing, but I have some questions and I want a little bit more of a one on one approach, we're offering a complimentary USANA health assessment for all guests. So I know this is going to be a recording for Gracie as well. If you're watching this as a recording, just reach out to her and say that you want your complimentary USANA health assessment because you watched The Power of Cellular Nutrition, and we can get you set up with that as well. So thank you so much, everyone. I hope that you took something away tonight. I hope that tomorrow you are 1% better because you came here tonight and you're going to start implementing some of these practices in your life, because honestly, guys, you're going to feel so much better whenever you can make that small commitment to yourself that you're just going to put the right things in your body. You're going to fulfill your deficiencies and commit to being optimal. I hope that if you got anything from tonight, it's that you are committed to being optimal. So thank you. And I'm so grateful that you guys all spent your Thursday evening with me.
Thanks, Nadine, for coming on, and we appreciate it. And thanks for everyone for joining.
Thank you. Awesome. Let me stop.